husband's always been really big about is like, you're going to be independent. You're going to know how to do everything yourself. But like with our kids, we have to teach them this over 20 years? So it's like we expect our spouse to be a certain way, like to be able to take care of themselves and to manage money and to keep a home and to raise kids and all this stuff. But we don't put that projection on our kids. It's like, oh, you know nothing, let me teach you.
Yeah, but there kind of is an element of punishment where immediately we take all the information that we know and how we would manage life, and then we say, why didn't you do that? You know,
That's
like for
true.
me, like right now.
Yeah.
So my son has a situation with a girl. Well, I would say, well, you know, you can't do those things. You shouldn't have done it and all that. So for me, I'm not cheating on my wife because I already have consumed that information.
Mm-hmm.
He has not consumed that information. So I'm generous to him to help explain that information based on the results of what he's gone through. But my wife, I would not be so generous to say, oh, well, you know, you probably shouldn't do that.
Right.
So then who do I love more? My son, who I yield the grace to of his experiences being new, even though my wife's experience with a man would be new or situation, but I'm way less forgiving.
Because she should have known.
Well, in
Like
my mind, based on what I feel or my beliefs or my thoughts, I would assume that she would. No. Right. But how many times you see this is going to get good. This is going to get good. If we're getting good and honest, if we're getting vulnerable, how many times have I done or said something to my wife that my comment maybe interjected doubt into her heart of my love for her? Case in point, if I were to say, we're watching a movie and I'd be like, ooh, that girl's beautiful. Now, my wife's sitting there trying to process this information.
Yeah.
What does he mean by that?
Yeah.
Does he mean I'm not beautiful? Is she more beautiful? Does he want to leave me? Well, should have I been a redhead? You know? And so then now off of that one comment, she's starting to create thoughts that could be true or not true based on what I said. Maybe even actions. Maybe she's going to the hairdresser. Hey, cut it shorter. Make it red. Do this. He likes that. You know, now she's feeling insignificant as a blonde because I said a redhead, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so now that process has ended up turning into punishment for her based off of something I said. And so that's my interesting thing. Like, are we even saying things that are end up turning into punishment for our kids that we're not trying to produce? Oh.
Dang.
Dum, dum, dum.
Probably.
And back to the love thing.
Yeah. Gosh.
Sorry.
I mean, that's like a sucker punch to the gut, Ben.
You're welcome. Welcome to Marriage Now What? So, how do we do these things? You know, I mean, I think the best thing, obviously, is continually staying vulnerable, flexible, you know, be of grace, be of mercy, be of kindness. But these things happen.
Right. Of course. I mean, we're only human. And I'm not saying that to justify it, but, I mean, we get tired. We get worn out, you know? And kids aren't easy. I mean, golly. They're like the hardest, greatest thing I've ever done in my entire life. You know, it's like such a paradox. But I don't even know. Like, do we all do it unknowingly?
I think 100%. Yeah, I mean,
golly.
like knowingly or unknowingly punishment.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, like I try to be very aware of the knowingly,
right.
You know, and now you're like, but you're probably doing it unknowingly, Ashley. And I'm like, dag nabbit. You know?
Well, can we judge our parents? Can we throw that on the table real quick? Lightly. Do you think everything your parents said and did was on purpose? Or here's a better maybe question of, the result that it produced in you was their purpose of saying or doing those things?
Not everything.
But some things.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. I mean,
Yeah.
even as a parent that we do or we say things,
But we think there's purpose.
the parent.
Yes, of course we do. Right? But like,
Yeah, but now we're making the kid not only see the value in the punishment, but the purpose in the punishment.
when is there ever purpose in punishment?
Well, to get them to see correctly the right revelation that we think they should see.
But what about their revelation?
Well, there's the point. Then why are we punishing?
Knowingly or unknowingly.